zone is far north.
The Nockmaar Army destroyed Galadorn.
Castle?
Bavmorda's troops are crushing everything inside.
Well, come on, let me out of here, Airk. Give me a sword. I'll win this war for you.
Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood's Willow series. Today we're going to answer the question, who is Airk Thaughbaer? We'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel for more Willow content, and like and share the video. This information is taken from the Willow sourcebook by Alan Varney. Nockmaar's army threatened all of the lands around it, including the Kingdom of Galladoorn. This didn't seem a dire threat, as Galladoorn had its knights, men of renown and skill in war. After being bested in the Battle of Land's End, Castle Galadorn was Nockmaar's next obvious target. The castle stocked up on supplies and marshaled its remaining troops, about 6,000 soldiers. But with Nockmaar came Bavmorda's vile magic, and a storm preceding the army. With the storm came a stinking cloud that seeped into the pantries and larders, contaminating all of their supplies. They could no longer withstand a prolonged siege. With this truth staring them in the face, confrontation and spirit was all they had to withstand the army of pure darkness. As the 12,000 men strong army of Nockmaar marched on Castle Galadorn, Airk Thaughbaer charged with his battle of knights, 2,000 strong, charging into the enemy's army with his countrymen. Their assault did not go well, and the forces found themselves dwindling and surrounded. The horn sounded retreat, but they were blocked by a moat at their backs. Airk called all men to him for his final stand, ensuring the standard of Galadorn remained standing, and fought for what he believed was his end. The horn sounded final retreat as the Nockmaar army entered the castle. And rather than despairing for the Fall of Galidorn, having been a beacon of hope, possibility, and acceptance, being no more, he summoned his wits to figure out how to get his men out alive. Then, suddenly, unexpectedly, between the heavy rain and massive horses pounding on the ground, the aqueducts beneath the Nockmaar forces collapsed, opening a line of escape for Airk and his soldiers. Without hesitation, he whipped his horse and called to all his men remaining, numbering less than 1,000 now, to escape through the fallen aqueduct. His archers were positioned to ensure their escape. The Nockmaar forces, having taken the castle, let the survivors flee, knowing they were no threat to Nockmaar. Airk's men marched miles before finding rest, and he sent out scouts for word about Galadorn. With his beaten, demoralized, ill-supplied, and outnumbered men, Airk knew further bad news would be the end of their fighting spirit. But bad news is exactly what his scouts returned with. The castle was razed. Galadorn was gone. Airk Thaughbaer was faced with survival by abandoning his people, or eventual death by striking the evil forces when and where they could. He was a Knight of Glaladorn, and would sooner learn to fly than give up. He stood amid his men and called out to them. "We have seen our comrades struck down, our nation occupied, our castle fallen. Yet we are trained never to despair, and still I hope. Victory is distant. Nockmaar's fall seems beyond all strength. Yet as long as we fight, as long as we face our fate with weapons drawn and heads held high, there is still hope. We few, we last of Galadorn. With us rides the whole world's hope." His army began guerrilla war tactics, striking the Nockmaar forces when they least expected it. It was here where Airk discovered Madmartigan, freed from the crow's cage and in company of a Nelwyn and a baby. His old friend Madmartigan had found hope, and though Airk didn't share it, he respected his friend. After he left and the villagers assisted the remaining Galadorn forces in defeating the contingent of Nockmaar fighters, Airk met a witch, and with her, 2 brownies. They told him of hope, and Alora Dannon, and the prophecy, and it changed Airk's mind into supporting his old friend Madmartigan and the baby with his 2 new captains, Frangine and Rule. And that is all the time I have to talk about Airk Thaughbaer. Thank you for spending time with us. We'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel, and feel free to click the like button and share this video. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking Nerf herders, may the Force be with you.
Airk.
Win this war for me.